All right. Well, I've got top of the hour, so we'll go ahead and get started. My name is Tanya. This is a Comeback Yoga Level 2 class. Comeback Yoga is a nonprofit organization in Denver, Colorado. We have classes across the Front Range of Colorado, so from the north to the south, um, at bases, at gyms, at posts, and we offer yoga and meditation to those of you that are in the military, that are on active duty, or that have retired, and as well as your support team. And with these online classes, we're here 24 hours a day. So you can pick up a class wherever you are in the world and whatever your current needs are. This level 2 class is to be a little bit more challenging than some of our other classes, like our all levels class, or gentle, or chair, or our meditation. Sorry, there's a bug. Our meditation classes. Um, so if you are up for a challenge today, this class is for you. However, keep in mind that even if you're up for the challenge and it feels too strong, too intense, then go ahead and back it out, take it down a notch, or pick it up later, or maybe move on to a different class. There's so many to choose from. But I'm here to support you, guide you in whatever way I can. So if you are on live and would like to share something, give me a thumbs up that you can hear me. Maybe you'd like to type something into the chat and let me know what's you're needing today, or just to say hello. If there's any kind of physical pain or whatever you're going through, if you want to share it, you can do so anonymously. But anyways, you won't need any props for today. Props we call, so just like any tool of the trade. Yoga has tools of the trade. We can use walls, we can use chairs, we can use stools, tables, but we also use blocks, blankets, and sometimes towels. So nonetheless, if you have things that you like to use for your practice, go ahead and grab them. Otherwise, we won't be needing anything but other than a yoga mat. So just a few areas of housekeeping. If you are joining, and if you would turn your mat so that the long edge is facing the screen. That way, when we're doing our work together, I'm mirroring you. I'll be referring to this side of the room as the room with the side with the basket, and this side is with the plants. So that's how I'll be referring to the room. Make sure that you are in a secure location where there won't be too many distractions or disturbances. And if you're not practicing from, let's say, your phone, if it might be helpful to turn that off, or at least in airplane mode, unless you need to have it on for whatever reason. Otherwise, the next 45 minutes is all you. It's all for you. And having undistracted time can be really beneficial in getting us more aligned in the practice. So without further ado, the 45-minute class that we have today is, like I said, there'll be some challenges with it. We'll be doing a little bit of warm-up and then doing some standing work. And then we're back down on the ground for some stretching and then some final meditation. So it'll be a little bit more vigorous than an all levels class. So do what you can, and let's go ahead and get started. We're going to start by just sitting. So you can be sitting on a cushion or a pillow or a chair if you want. And we'll bring the hands together and just kind of rub those hands together kind of vigorously, just to feel the hands. You feel maybe just rubbing the fingertips together and just creating a little bit of warmth. Our hands are pathways to the rest of our body. really important. Um, if you've lost nerve endings, and having maybe lack of sensation in the hands, we're still getting some benefits by rubbing the hands together. And then go ahead and clasp your hands, clasping so that the hands, fingers are interlaced, and bringing your elbows underneath you. With your next inhale, lift your elbows and drop your chin. You can look to the screen. And then exhale, lift your head, chin, and elbows come down. Inhale, pressing the hands and head together. Exhaling, lifting the head, dropping those elbows. Let's do a couple more times. So we're just starting to kind of notice our breath, kind of tapping into the breath, linking the breath and movement. I'll do 2 more times. And last one. And then bringing your head down. Bring your hands to your shoulders, elbows up, back, and down. And maybe your circles aren't quite that big, depending on what's going on in your shoulders. It could be arthritis. Maybe you've had some surgeries or injuries. So just go in the range that feels acceptable to you. And then we'll go the other direction, just all the while monitoring the breath. Good. And then keeping those elbows up high, hands onto the shoulders and shoulders relaxed. Turn to one side and then back and to the other side. Going just to the range of motion that feels good without causing any pain or injury. And last one towards the plants and then back to center. Now take your shoulder or elbow that's closest to the plants and reach that elbow up toward the ceiling and then straighten it up. And then come back down, going to the other side, reaching the elbow up first and then the arm reaches up. Just keep moving side to side. And just one more. Good. And then bring your hands down. We'll just take a moment to pause. We'll do one more thing to warm up our spine and shoulders. So placing the palms together in front of your chest. With an inhale, sit up a little bit taller. On your exhale, round and send your arms forward and tuck your chin. Get that nice stretch along the back. Inhale, open your arms. Exhale, arms forward. Inhale, hands to heart. Exhale. And inhale. Exhale. Inhale. One more time. Don't worry about overthinking about the breath. Just inhale and exhale naturally. And then releasing hands down to the lap. Right. All right. We're going to come now onto the mat, into what's called the tabletop position. So if you have pain in your knees and would like to pad your knees, you can do so like I'm going to do with a blanket. So with those hands under the shoulders, fingers opening wide so that you create a nice stable base. You're going to press down into the nail bed or into the first knuckle slightly. So you get a little bit of strength in the wrist here. Your shoulders slightly behind the wrist will take some of the strain out of the wrist. Send one leg back. It doesn't matter. It could be the leg closest to the screen. Reach it back nice and long. Really energize your back. And take your other arm, bring it forward. So you're reaching in opposite directions with your chin slightly tucked. Now, on your next exhale, bring your elbow and knee together. Inhale, send it forward and back. Exhale, bring it in. Inhale, forward. Exhale, in. One more time. Inhale and exhale. Good. Placing your hand and knee down. So the other hand that was on the ground, we're going to take that arm up towards the ceiling and circle the wrist. You can even make a fist and bring the thumb into the palm circle. All right, and then take it down. All right, let's take it to the other side. So your opposite leg, straight back, turning the knee to the floor, lift your ribs and engage your core. Other arm goes forward, and here we go. Elbow and knee come together. Inhale, forward and back. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Taking your hand down, knee down. Take that arm out to the side. Circle the wrist. All right, and hands coming back down onto the ground. We're going to do a little bit of movement. So hand that's closest to the screen. Take your arm back behind you and move your hips back towards your heels. You're going to look at your hand and then bring your arm up overhead, looking at your hand, and then take your hand down. And let's do that again. Bring your arm back. Inhale up. Exhale down. So just keep moving with your breath. Last one. And take it down. Come down to your forearms and clasp your hands. Lift your heels so your toes are tucked under, and bring your head down towards the mat, if not onto the mat between your elbows. All right, and we'll do the other side. So that other arm furthest away from the screen goes back behind. Look at your hand, bring your arm up, and then take it down. Keep going. And we'll do one more, just noticing your breath. Good. And then take it down. Bring those forearms down. Heels lift, toes under, and move the hips back towards the heels. Forehead can be on the ground or not. Now bend your elbows so your hands come behind your head, stretching the tricep and along the side waist. All right, coming back up to tabletop, we'll move into downward dog, and then we'll start with some sun salutations to get a little bit more warmth in the body. So lifting your hips up for downward dog, making sort of a triangle shape or pyramid shape with your body. And looking forward, bend your knees and step the leg closest to the screen forward between those hands. Good. Place your back heel down to the ground. You might have to bring it in a little bit more. Push down vigorously into the feet. Bring your arms up, all the way up, palms open to the ceiling, and then bring the arms parallel to the ceiling. Good. Take another breath in here as you reach up to the ceiling. And then exhale, bring your hands back down to the ground. Pause. Step that leg back, downward dog. Let's take the other side. So bend the knees. The leg furthest away from the screen, step it forward. That's it. And come up onto the fingertips maybe. And plant your back heel down. You can look at your foot. Both feet pressed down. And inhale, come up, warrior one. Take 2 more breaths here, really feeling the feet pressing down, feeling your arms reaching up. And taking it down. Step forward, coming into a forward fold, feet underneath those hips. Bend your knees, look forward, come all the way up, arms lift, maybe look up to the ceiling, palms together. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart, maybe looking at your fingertips or looking at the wall in front of you. Take 2 more breaths, just noticing your feet. All right. So we'll repeat the warrior one on each side, and we'll be then adding some plank and side planks. Arms to the sides. Inhale, arms rise. Maybe look up at your fingers. Exhale, bend your knees, arms come out to the sides, and touch down. Release your head. Hands come onto the shins, long spine, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Leg closest to the screen, bring that leg back with the heel down. Bend your front knee, push vigorously into your feet, and rise, warrior one. Inhale to reach up. Exhale, anchor. One more breath. Reaching up. And taking it down to the ground. Step your feet together or under the hips and release your head. Bring your hands up onto your shins, long spine, flat back. Exhale and fold. Hands down. The leg furthest away from the screen, step it back and heel down. Bend your knees, your front knee anyways. Push down, inhale, rise all the way up. Keeping that front knee bent. Exhale here. 2 more breaths. Inhale. Feel your feet, your base, your foundation. Inhale. And exhale. Good. And then take it down to the ground. Step back, downward facing dog. You might have to go a little longer in your stance or a little shorter. All right, we're going to come forward into a plank pose. So option to have your knees down to the ground or have your forearms down to the ground. All right. Let's all make our way slowly down to the ground. Belly comes down. Inhale to lift your chest and your shoulders. Push down lightly into your hands. Engage your backside, your glutes. Exhale and lower down. Let's do that 2 more times. Lightly push down, lift your chest. Slight tuck of your chin. Exhale and lower down. 1 more time. Push down, rise up. And coming through your plank pose, so maybe your knees stay down. Push up. Downward facing dog. All right. Bring the leg that's furthest away from me. Bring that knee down to the floor. Turn to face the screen and bring your top arm up. Option to stay here, or for more of a challenge, push down into that top foot, straighten your bottom leg. Pushing into your right fingers. We'll take the knee back down. Come back into plank. And we'll do the other side. So your knee comes down, turn away from the screen. If there's a couple of variations. You can lift the top leg or straighten the bottom. Good. And then come down, back into plank pose. And then we'll all come down to the forearms. So clasp your hands, press down into those forearms and to the outside edge of the wrist for a forearm plank. Option is to bring your knees down. And let's hold here for 3. 2. And 1. Good. Come all the way down. Hands behind the shoulders. And inhale, come into the cobra pose. And exhale, lower down. Press yourself back up through plank, coming to downward facing dog. All right. And come back down, all the way back down onto your stomach. Turn to face the screen. You're coming onto your side. And grab your top ankle. So placing that foot behind you, grabbing your ankle for a quadricep stretch. And release. Roll to your other side. And release. Come onto your stomach. Rest your head on your hands and pause for just a moment. All right, press yourself up through the plank and then into downward dog. Walk your hands back to your feet, coming into a forward fold. You're going to move now into one balance pose. So bending the knees, look forward and come all the way up to stand. Taking just a moment, getting your bearings. Again, maybe looking to something on the wall in front of you or looking to the ground, whatever feels more stable and grounding for you. And just getting your bearings. So the balancing pose we'll do today is a standing figure 4. You might need a wall or a chair. We're going to come down into a chair pose. So the hips come back and we want to look to see if we can see those toes. Going to bring one here, I'll face the front. So you're going to bring one ankle in front of the other. So that might be where you stay. Next option is to bring your ankle above the knee. And maybe hands to the heart or holding on to a wall or a chair. And we'll hold here for a couple of breaths. Great. And then come on up and just pause. Second side, so either ankle to ankle, bend your knees, maybe ankle to knee, moving those hips down and back. So working the big muscles to hold you, stabilize you, and we'll hold here for 2 more breaths. Good. And release. Well done. All right, coming to the short edge of your mat on the basket side here, we'll move into another one more round of salutations and then for some stretching. Bringing your arms to your sides, standing tall. With your next inhale, arms lift up. And exhale, bend your knees, arms go out wide and come down, hands to the ground. Just release your head. Come up halfway, hands to the shins. Exhale and forward fold. The leg closest to the screen, step it back, warrior one. Bending your knee, inhale, come all the way up, reaching up with those arms. We'll just do one breath here. Exhale, hands coming down. Feet coming forward under the hips, releasing your head. Step your other leg back, heel down, bend your knee. With a breath, rise. Exhale, touch down. Last downward dog, step it back. We'll move into our pigeon now. So taking the leg closest to the screen, bring that knee forward. Option is to be into a 90-90 or drop that hip back and your back leg straight. And we'll just hold here for 30 seconds. So getting settled. It's only about 3 to 5 breaths. All right, leaning to the side, bring your back leg around, bring it all the way around for a twist. Straighten out your bottom leg and place your foot down. Hold on to your shin or knees and then turn away from the screen, looking to the wall straight behind you or over your shoulder. Just noticing what's on the wall, noticing what's behind you, picking up on textures, colors, anything that might stand out. And coming back to center. Pause for just a moment. All right, taking the knee furthest away from the screen down. So here's our pigeon variation, or you can take your leg back, turning the kneecap towards the floor and hold here for 30 seconds. Just allowing yourself to settle in to a little smoother, more regular sensation and breath. And leaning onto the side, bring your back leg around, straighten your bottom, and sit up tall, push into the foot. And on your exhale, turn, looking over the shoulder towards the back for a twist. Good. And then coming back through center, straightening your legs forward. Actually, bend your knees. So hands coming to the back of your legs. Hold on, tuck your chin, and roll all the way down. When you get down, bring leg closest to the screen into your chest. You can bend your other knee or keep it straight down. And then straighten your leg to the ceiling, holding on to the back of your hamstring, your leg, somewhere, maybe your calf, or you might have access to your foot without strain. If you're, you know, working up a sweat here, you might back out a little bit. If you are noticing your breath is shallow, then back out a little bit as well. Maybe your leg moves further away from you. We'll take 3 more breaths here. I'll take your leg towards the screen. You can hold on to it with the same hand, lowering the leg. Maybe your leg comes down to the floor. Maybe it doesn't. And bend that knee. Come back up through center and take it across your torso. Straighten out and stretch out your arm. You can look over the shoulder towards the screen or your hand and notice your fingertips. And come back to center. Place your foot down, let your knees come together, and just kind of sense the difference from side to side. And just take a couple moments there to notice that before we do the other side. All right, let's bring the other knee in to the chest. Maybe your bottom leg is going straight. Straighten your leg to the ceiling. And keep a hold of your leg. Take it away from the screen towards the wall, out to your side. And then bend that knee. Bring it across your torso. Maybe straighten it out. You might even straighten your bottom leg. Great. And then come back to center. Again, walk both feet in and bring your knees together. Bring your arms across your chest, grab opposite shoulders. Turn your head to one side. To the other side. And bring your head back to center. And then change the cross of your elbows, holding on to shoulders, elbows, triceps, or even just having your arms resting across your chest. Turn your head to one side. And to the other side. And come back to center. Hug your knees into your chest. You could hold on to the back of your legs or the fronts of your shins. And lower down. We're coming now into our final meditation. So you can stay here, straighten out the legs. You might want something under your head. You might even roll to your side or sit up. I'll be sitting up to guide you through meditation for the next 7 minutes. So getting yourself comfortable to a place that you could sustain for about those 5 minutes. And I'll be leading you through a body scan. And the body scan is called a 61-point meditation. So we just prepare ourselves by getting comfortable. And we just begin to just notice our breath. So just kind of noticing as it's coming in through your nose and out. Just the natural flow and ebb of your breath. And as I lead you through this body scan, the 61-point meditation, just notice these parts of your body without judgment, criticism, trying to fix or change anything. And if it helps to move that point, do so. Otherwise, just notice it. We'll start with a point between the eyebrows, the hollow of your throat, your right shoulder, your right elbow, the bend of the right wrist, the tip of the right thumb, tip of the right index finger, tip of the right middle finger, tip of the right fourth finger, tip of the right small finger, the bend of the right wrist, right elbow joint, right shoulder joint, hollow of the throat, left shoulder joint, left elbow, the bend of your left wrist, tip of the left thumb, tip of the left index finger, tip of the left middle finger, tip of the left fourth finger, tip of the left small finger, the bend of the left wrist, left elbow, left shoulder, hollow of the throat, the center of your chest, the right side of your chest, the center of your chest, the left of your chest, the center of your chest, just below the breastbone, your navel, your right hip, your right knee, your right ankle, tip of the right big toe, tip of the right second toe, tip of the right third toe, tip of the right fourth toe, tip of the right small toe, right ankle joint, right knee joint, right hip joint, your navel, your left hip, left knee, left ankle, tip of the left big toe, tip of the second toe, tip of the left third toe, tip of the left fourth toe, tip of the left small toe, left ankle, left knee, left hip, your navel, just below the breastbone, the center of your chest, the hollow of your throat, the center between the eyebrow. Sensing your whole body and just breathe. Take just a few more moments in silence. If your mind starts to wander, bring your attention back to your breath. Begin now to return to the sound of my voice, picking up on the surface beneath you, the firmness or the forgiveness, the texture, the temperature. And then begin to rub your hands together. You might even rub your hands, maybe your fingers, and begin to move in ways that feel nourishing. You stretch your arms and legs, fingers, toes. And if you're lying down, bring your knees to your chest. And roll to your side. And then when you're ready to join me in a seated position, where we'll finish our practice together today. And we close by bringing the hands together in front of the heart in a gesture of reverence. So, taking a couple moments to just sense something that you're grateful for in this moment. Attitude of gratitude can bring us natural hormones of joy, increasing serotonin levels, and maybe even bringing a smile across your face. And then releasing the hands and lifting the gaze. Thank you so much for being here for today's warrior, or sorry, um, comeback yoga level 2 class. It's been an honor to serve you in your practice today. So let me know if you have any questions, type them in the chat. Otherwise, don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel, see us in person, or if you just want to give us a shout out and share on social media or with your friends, we'd love to hear from you. Love to have more of you and your support team join us on these sessions. And if you have the means to donate, we appreciate any donation. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next time.